Wafi bona chage Biafra recovery amako kari amano urawo. Wafi bona chage Biafra recovery kari amano urawo. Wafi bona chage Biafra recovery amako kari amano urawo. Wafi bona chage Biafra recovery kare mano imanariga dinta jaravia ngene buge boya we manariga dinta jaravia ngene buge boya ogano chure aso coach betena bagati tindawo Ogago chere asa coach, but no baget it no abo. Brother Masipala Makine Sirike Kiweri Sigiru Basabo. Esio Ema Thank
you. I'm Mimi Amaka, I greet you. Why I am here right now. You can see the title, Intelligent Zoo Monkeys Everywhere. Legal zoo monkeys everywhere, intelligent and Umu Anumanu Eju Ebenine. Umu Anumanu Eju Ebenine na wari. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu Mazin Nnamdi Kanu Diego. I'm telling you. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu Diego. Hey, and you know that if it is not for the, teachings of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu and everything we are rehearsing again today, do you know people would have believed that these people that were around Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, that they have something to offer just because they were around him. But the same gospel of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have completely, deleted these people from the freedom that Mazin Nnamdi Kanu represents. The same gospel of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu made us to understand that there is nobody that will say he's a Nigerian that you should look at and consider him a normal human being. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu said he hated the zoo with passion. He doesn't mince words to say it. And then Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, even recently, while he was still in captivity, told them that, look, this particular evil, this particular marginalization, this particular persecution against Igbo, he said it will stop on him, that he will be the last. So which is to say, he understands very well the zoo and knows that even if his life will go in for it, it has to end with him. He doesn't want it to ever continue. And the same Mazin Nnamdi Kanu have preached all these things that maintains his stance. And to God be the glory, he was not doing it on the shores of that zoo. He was doing it outside the zoo. And now they cannot hold him on it because he was not doing it on the shores of the zoo. And then they said that what he was doing it outside of Nigeria. And now, because Mazin Nnamdi Kanu told them, according to your law, you cannot hold me. Because I was not saying what I was saying in your territory. They removed it from their what is the legal word now? From the accusation, or they removed it from one of their what they have against him. The case they have against him, they deleted it. They amended it. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will look at, he will tell you, anybody that will tell you he's an educated person in the zoo, you will know he's an intellectual. Now, people like this brother here, sometimes he's smart, he will say the truth, but I tell you, sometimes ask him today what Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is doing. He will tell you, Simon Ekpa is a criminal, Simon Ekpa is a thief. But you see him writing against the zoo, against Tinubu, against the Nigeria, against Gowon. But he does not agree with the system that Nnamdi Kanu was using. He does not agree with the system that the Prime Minister is using today. That is why all your education in the zoo, we call it in Igbo language, Achikote Ekwono. Because you graduate from law, you are a professor, everything. If you come to Europe, that your education is zero. Ask yourself, why is it that with all your qualification, you can never be able to use it to do anything outside of Nigeria? It ends there in Nigeria. Your education is zero because they know you cannot use your head to think very well. Because with all your education, you are writing everything that should have been done. And these are the same thing that Nnamdi Kanu was fighting. And know that there is no way it can be amended. And the only way to survive and to overcome it is to end Nigeria. But you people keep repeating the same thing. You are going around it. You are quoting law. You are writing grammar. Grammar that will take you nowhere. Grammar that will not change anything. Now, let me read quickly what this, one of these Anumanu with a wig on their head, what he wrote. Let's read. He's writing a lot. He's been writing a lot since Gowon was congratulated. This guy is one of those that was infuriated. At least he's a little bit better than Kenneth Okonkwo. We are going to deal with Kenneth Okonkwo's issue tonight. By the grace of God, remember to join me. He said Gowon should be blamed for refusing to implement the Aburi Accord, not eulogized. Okay? Now, he goes on to say that this is the one I saw that I wanted to read. Let's read it. He said to accept, excuse me, to accept the, where's my mouse? Okay. To accept the Aburi Accord is better than, hope this thing is showing, let me be sure, because this thing dealt with me in the morning. All right. To accept the Aburi Accord is better than the no victor, no vanquished proclamation and the 3 arrows promulgation policy by Chief Malcolm Mokinyovo, Hobo. That's the name of this, our brother. Yeah. It is a shame that 57 years after the Aburi Accord, Nigeria is still talking of restructuring. Remember what Nnamdi Kanu told you and he was asking you, why is nobody asking Gowon? Why did you not implement Aburi Accord? You ask Gowon today, he will tell you restructuring, we will restructure. Why did you not accept the Aburi Accord? Was it not restructuring? And this man, who is a legal person, who understands very well, he is still repeating the same thing. But you know why all of them will always be like monkey in my eye? They will say all these things. They will still say they are Nigerians. That's why even monkey better pass them. Monkey gets sense past them. Yes, as this one today, I will say I'm a Nigerian. Nigeria will be better. We will fight it out. Yeah? No thanks to Gowon who bungled it. The Aburi Accord was an agreement reached between the Nigerian government and the secessionist state of Biafra on January 4th to 5th, 1967 in Aburi, Ghana. The accord aimed to resolve the Nigerian civil war. Key options and agreements included: 1. Confederation. Nigeria would become a confederation semi-autonomous region. 2. Regional autonomy. Regions would have more control over internal affairs. 3. Abolition of the federal government's right to make laws for regions. 4. Creation of a weak central government. 5. Establishment of a constitutional conference to revise Nigeria's constitution. If Gowon had implemented the Aburi Accord, there would have been no war, no waste of resources, no loss of lives and properties, no need for the no victor, no vanquished proclamation, and no need for the promulgation of policy of reconciliation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. there would have been no need. And now we know all these things. That is why we have long been telling you that this is all a rhetoric. You are repeating yourself, going around circle. It was not just Gowon that said Aburi Accord should be cancelled. The creators of Nigeria, the owners of Nigeria, they said no to Gowon. Gowon was placed there by somebody. He was a small boy, a young boy, a youth. He had no say. Just like Tinubu is there today. Does Tinubu have a say? No. He's just brandishing himself. How can you, under your eyes, a criminal, a drug baron, a certificate forger, after all the evidence you people brought to the court, yet he is here as your president? Eh? How can you think he's the one in charge? He is just a mere figure there. So you need to break that yoke and be able to establish yourself and be able to decide the way forward for yourself. Do you think that what is happening to you today, suddenly, fuel become 1,000 something? Suddenly, economy just, you think Tinubu is just so stupid, so foolish, he will just come in and fuel will just become 1,000 and everything will be, no. That is why we tell you, Nigeria can never ever work. There are structures around Tinubu that even Tinubu himself doesn't know what to do about it. Can Tinubu, can he brush his teeth by himself? As you see Tinubu, so can he do anything? Eh? Tinubu that will sit in office after 2 weeks, they will take him to France again and refurbish him. He will come back. He can do anything. You are all deceiving yourself. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, if you want to go to zoo, you don't need to go to zoo where real animals are. Go to Nigeria. You don't need to go to zoo and deceive yourself and say, look at lion, look at... No! Go to Nigeria. Go to Obalende, Ojuelegba. You stand. You see hyena, you see antelope, you see tiger, you see cockroach, you see tortoise. They are everywhere. Some of them are going around with wig. The Kenneth Okonkwo's of this world, the Falanas of this world, they will wear wig and tie. Nigeria, proudly Nigeria, proudly EU, proudly Atoro. Proudly Atoro. Because if you know all these things and you are saying it, and yet, you have not rejected Nigeria. You have not condemned Nigeria. You still have a problem with what Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is doing. You still have a problem with what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did. All right. He wrote another thing. I still have 5 minutes. Let's go back and read some more excerpts from this our brother, because why you need to read it, you think that they have a complete sense. No, it's Nigeria. It doesn't have any sense. Because if you ask this guy now, the main problem he has, if you talk about Biafra and Southeast, ask him what is the problem, he will say Simon Ekpa. All these things is writing. Simon Ekpa knows it ×2 more than him. Simon Ekpa has studied international law. That is why what he is doing today, Nigeria cannot do anything about it. If what Simon Ekpa is doing today is a crime, Finland will be the first people to jail him in Finland. Do you understand? Now listen to what he wrote. The true objective of the Nigerian Civil War was not to unite Nigeria, but the crude oil. By Chief Marco, the same man. The true objective of the Nigerian Civil War was not to unite Nigeria, but to subjugate the Igbos, steal the crude oil under their control in the then eastern region, dominated by the Igbos, and put it in control of the north and pleasure of Britain. You see, now you are calling the names of the people that made sure Aburi Accord did not work. To hell with unity. Now, this man will say to hell with unity. Ask him today, are you a Nigerian? He will say, yes, I am a Nigerian. Are we united today, 54 years after the fighting of the oil war, called the Nigeria Biafra war? The answer is no. As you can see, we are at each other's throat all the time. We are divided more than ever. Gowon was a coward and clueless opportunist. After he and other northern military men have pied their Igbo colleagues in the barracks and several Igbo civilians for no just cause across the country, in fear, Gowon moved the central bank to the north, and he and his co-travelers were also set to flee to the north under the code Araba, with which the north was ready to secede. Guess what? Britain, our colonial master, called Gowon back and asked him, "You have all loaf, why settle for half?" Then Gowon started talking about unity, when in actual fact it was the crude oil that was his objective. Today, all the oil wells in Nigeria are owned by the North, who do not have a single drop of crude oil. They occupy all top and plumb positions in the NNPC, while the rest struggle for the crumbs. You know this thing. And we are fighting to break it. We are fighting to cut them off completely. We are fighting to make sure that any of their presence in Biafra land will completely be eliminated. Tell me, by the time we end the presence of Nigeria in Biafra land, and Biafra is declared, where we did all the pipeline, you know, severed from taking oil out of Biafra land, including all the places they call the South South. Everywhere they call South South today, they were all South, because before it was South and North. Our intention is to end that parasite, put an end to it. And then you see the way we are doing it. Hey, you're not doing it well. How will you do it? You have tried this severally. They fought you in a war. Britain supported them. And you know that Britain was the evil. And you know that the evil is still going on. It will not stop. So why are you not joining forces with those that mean it and are determined to end it? We will get the help we need if there is any need for help. But first and foremost, let's agree first. Throw away that your khaki and your wig you are wearing on your head. Who can you look at it? You are still wearing wig on your head that Britain gave to you, and you are still calling Britain names. Britain. Huh? Who gave you that wig that you are wearing on your head? Who gave you? Who gave you the wig? The wig guy who Who gave you? Look at him here. Let me show you to him. Let me show you him. Now you right on your eye, and you are wearing British wig on your head. Who gave you? Britain. You need to throw it away and be original. That's exactly what we are fighting for. Master Namdekanu told you that there is nowhere in this world anybody ever got freedom from a peaceful means. You have to fight for it. My name is Rafael Chamaka Jerry, aka Pastor Van Van Van. We'll be back in the evening for a broader broadcast on this. But meanwhile, I know that most of the people you see, you call intellectuals in Nigeria, they are just jumping around in the zoo. Just in your imagination, be seeing a kangaroo, a monkey, a leopard, a raccoon, a squirrel. Those are things you are seeing. All those people now, far bossy on mother, far born Anumanu. DCOG. Pathetic. I love you all. Until I see you again later tonight. Airborne. Airborne.
The Biafra government, if they don't understand what government is all about, Biafra government is completely in charge of Biafra land. The de facto government and the government in exile controls the entire Biafra territory. And for that reason, we ban every checkpoint. And when we continue to say, when we ban checkpoint, stay away from checkpoint, because the day it will happen, nobody will tell you. Anybody crying today that they kill military in Aba, you are an idiot. The people that were killed in Aba are terrorists, and that's exactly what they are. They have killed Biafrans enough, and we applaud whoever that did it. It is a military that are infiltrated by terrorists, and terrorists they are. We have seen the killings of Biafrans for many, many decades, and nobody has, done anything about the killings of Biafra people. And like we continue to say, anywhere you are in Biafra land representing Nigeria, carrying gun, as a military, as a police, as any security agent under Nigeria, in Biafra land, Biafra does not belong to you. You are staying there illegally, and you'll be treated like a terrorist, because that's what you are. This is the order of the Biafra Republic government in exile and the Biafra de facto government in the homeland. We have Biafra Defense Forces that are taking care of all the security situation in our land. Our target is to make sure we neutralize every armory of Nigeria within Biafra territory, because that's where power to commit terrorism, acts of terrorism against Biafra people are happening. We have been worrying about Obinze because there they have freezer where the body parts of Biafrans are being kept. One day they will wake up and Obinze is gone. I swear to God. One day they will wake up, Obinze is gone. I am the product and the survival of children and the generation that were starved to death. And I am very, very angry. I'm very, very angry. Instead of that we cannot get this Biafra, I will turn to a beast. I will turn to a beast. I will become a beast. You see those children that you see, you count their ribs, and their stomach are big. You see their stomachs running up every day. We came from them. This generation of Biafra, we come from them. We come from their survivors. And you know, I will be a beast. I will be a beast for Biafra to come. It doesn't matter what you think about it, but I'm telling you now today that 20 pounds, we are the product, the end product of 20 pounds each. We are the end product of Kwashoko. We came from Kwashoko. Malnutrition, starvation, genocide. But our grandchildren, our grandfather, our fathers, they survived it. They survived it. I want you to document the video I'm doing because it will go down in history of humankind. How we are going to get this Biafra. Or at least, how we are going to disintegrate Nigeria. How we dissolve Nigeria will go into the history of mankind. And I will be part of it. And some people are beating their chest to be part of the ethnic cleansing, jihad, killing.
The path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight. The path we are pursuing is a path of pressure, relentless pressure to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight. Pressure on the zoo currency Naira as market loses $800 million that could have gone into free education. They have squandered. That is why they say, oh, your market, I told you, oh, gambling. They have lost $800 million in the zoo. But will it matter? The answer is no. Does it affect you? The answer is no. It doesn't. But the time you will know is when you go back and they say that 200 Naira can no longer buy you pure water anymore. Then you will understand that something has gone seriously wrong. As those in Russia were complaining, you not just need wheelbarrow to carry Naira, you need gongoro to carry it because the currency will be so worthless.
This year, remember to always talk about Samanekpa. If you do not talk about Samanekpa, I will make you talk about Samanekpa. I noticed that they stopped talking about me, and so I couldn't stand it. Whenever they feel like they want to stop, I feel threatened. I am telling you the fact.
Our Prime Minister, Anumanu Eju, concerning Muta, he sent Rabakashire, we so many Biafra land. Why women are Syria? Can you recook Makadate?
If there is no problem, I will cause problems. So you talk about me. My post is like a drug. We'll be there sharing some money. Oh, it happened in Syria. You even went and as far as digging information what happened in Syria to defend Nigeria. Within 1 year, we resisted the battalion of Nigerian army, decimated 30 armored tank. Why are you not talking about that? So those people that have access to media that are fighting the Biafra government, they are broadcasting for us, and the media team of the government is also working. We control the entire media team. That is what is happening. We control both the enemy media team and the Biafra government in exile media team. I'm telling you the fact, we control everybody, and that is what they will never ever understand. Because the more they talk about us, the more we are using the platform. So what I'm doing is using their platform by proxy, So for the fact that they are talking about me every day, every night, my brother, it is what I enjoy the most because it is creating awareness. Even to the people that love them, they are getting tired of listening about me on their platform. Go there and watch them. It is only 20%, 27. The highest they can get are 200 people watching. And if you see 200, I am one of them. And if I can be one of them, many of you are part of it. We must follow them bomber to make sure that they are broadcasting for us and the Biafra government in exile media team broadcasting for the government. So we are using the both media. For the month of November, woto woto to the enemies of Biafra. Woto woto to the enemies of Biafra. When we land on you, we will destroy everything you have except you are genuinely fighting for Biafra. Woto woto to the enemies of Biafra. Woto woto to those who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu either directly or indirectly. Woto woto to those who have joined their hand afterthought to betray Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra. Woto woto to those who have soiled their hands in the blood of innocent Biafrans and innocent ESN commanders. You will never know peace. Woto woto to you who say Biafra will not come. Woto woto to those who say if Biafra, instead of Biafra to come, they will rather die. Woto woto to all of you. The gods of our land have destroyed you. You will never rise again. You will never, ever, ever rise again. You will never rise again. Any native doctor that tries to make you rise, his power and everything he have in this life will be destroyed, completely destroyed.
Mazi Kesi. Amam nebo enwele anyi memo. And them up name somebody like Abu Mege, Abu the Male, who know the Male where I am on this group. Just watch you go to this video. Came on this man now going a video ordinary person call. When I have ordinary person, it was EJ Telejaka. What I watch you go even social media, we go WhatsApp, my Facebook, and all one another man. But I what if I come about? What road the exposition? I come about. Sha. The man Jimmy. Even the man on our one or one to be enough. On our one to be enough on all. Because I've roam any human being. I name even a middle man still. I point look at again on I run away. One hour the worst of it. I would come out to say. I want to know and I run away. Why can't you even if you are not a one? I was this man is a cow. I work with social media. What I go see, I guess I'm what I need. I'm a will job women more watch the man confirm whatever need. Oh, India now against the home. So one and they want to Ọ na oge okay ị nọ na-akọzi mmadụ iwu onye na-agwaghị na ihe na-eme ya adọrọ mma ịnọkwa na-agba egwu na this man si cheke dị ma si cheke dị na-eche gị o si cheke na-eche gị dị ma dịkwa na ọ na-agwọta ọgwụ ọ dịkwa ọgwụ na-abakịrị ka because ọgwụ nke nwa ọgwụ nwa karị ọgwụ nwa mara m ibe ji wegwu ya ibe sitachi homa ọ dịkwa nke ọgwụ adịghị o ọ dị nke ọgwụ adị mbọ n'ebe a because abụrụ ka ezite onye nụ ya bịa kan wetị dazi ụmụ onye akwụsiecha ezite onye a na ọ pụta kwụsiecha ụmụnne na-adịka na nwa pụta gwugo kwụsiecha malụ onye ejimaka asị na ya na Simon Ekpa na-adị na mma na ọnya most trusted of Simon Ekpa na-apụta kwue nkiecha eduputekwu this man Commander ESN ọ pụta kwue nkie kwụsiecha
they are panicking. Unbelievable. It's panicking. It's panicking.
Nah, in fact, all the go with neighbor. Okay, I'm just waiting on the canoe. I went to wait on the canoe. The channel might be open. There's nothing you will tell me. Over there. Someone ever na walk. The man na walk. On a walk. What will you back down? On a walk. Get you this. Even didn't na go against the city home. Na so so boy buja polo. And they wanna walk. Open your game. Okay. You know na azimadi wo. Oya na go ni mi adrom. You wanna walk. Na this man si cheke dị ma si cheke dị na-eche gị o si cheke eche gị dị ma dịkwa na ọ na-agwọta ọgwụ ọ dịkwa ọgwụ na-abakịrị ka because ọgwụ nke nwa ọgwụ nwa karị ọgwụ nwa mara m ibe ji wegwu ya ị na-agba mmadụ egbe na-agba ya skọdụ na-agba ya eme ebe niile kwenye ekwu na isi ere ahụ na-agbụ ọpụtara agba egwu chekwa dị na-eche gị.
That is why I have always told you that where you take my name to, so long as my hands are clean, the people will bring the evidence to use against you. If you take my name to do evil, when I have not come to do evil in Biafra struggle, you will be exposed in the right time. Even your husband will send the information and the evidence to use against you. Your daughter will send me the information that we are going to use to expose you. Your husband, your children, your family members will send me the information they are going to use to expose you. I have been saying this thing from the... Any place I stand is where I stand. I don't shift left and right. I stand where I stand until the end. Any place I stand is where I stand. I don't shift left and right. I stand where I stand.